All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the Melek Robinson Show. I'm your host, Melek Robinson, and today we'll be catching up on a couple of things. It's actually going to be kind of a short episode. Kind of just going to be catching up on news, mostly in baseball, and going to also talk about last night's Monday Night Football game. Those seem to be the only things that kind of happened. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get straight to it. All right, so like I said yesterday, we did have Monday Night Football, and the game, it was the Ravens versus Raiders in Las Vegas. Raiders end up winning the game in overtime, 33-27. Now, it was a very good game, I will admit, very good game. The only real takeaway that I have from this game is that Oakland's front seven might actually be something to watch out for. Now I know it is the first week, but I'm saying it that they're one of the they have a good front seven. Max Crosby looked like Aaron Donald out there almost. Then you have Carl Nassib with a sack fumble. They were doing a good job on the front seven. That's all I really have to say about that. Lamar Jackson, 19 for 30, 235 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times, but he fumbled 3 times and lost 2 of them. And one of those fumbles he lost ended up being the fumble in overtime that Carl Nassib forced out that later won Oakland the game. And Derek Carr, he went 34 for 56, 435 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick, which was actually in overtime. 6-yard line after being backed up due to a false start penalty. Tries to hit Willie Snead, and ball just hits him in the chest, I think. Goes up in the air, picked off. It was picked off by Anthony Averett. But I'll be honest. I'm the one person that's so I'm surprised that Derek Carr only had 1 pick, because I'll say that he threw behind his receivers a lot, even overthrew him, underthrew him, and just simply threw the ball too far behind. So to him to walk out with only 1 pick, he's a very lucky guy. Now also on the run game wasn't as efficient as the Ravens run game, but Josh Jacobs did have 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson had 86 yards rushing. Tyson Williams, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. He had 1 touchdown. Also, Latavius Murray had 1. Yeah, that's really the main takeaways. Really chaotic game. The only thing left that I have to say about it is Lamar Jackson is having that problem again that I figured he would have, and that would be ball security. And the 2 fumbles that he lost, he was running. And I'm not going to be one of those people that says that, he should slide more, stuff like that, because we've seen that he doesn't need it. He can run open field. But my thing is, if you're going to run open field, you need to run to where you can at least protect the ball. Because one thing I noticed is that he runs with the ball open in his right arm, as if he's more trying to evade the defender than protect the ball, and that's where he goes wrong at. So hopefully he can. I thought by now he would have probably fixed that problem, but he still has time in his career to fix it. But as you can see, it's a problem that needs to be fixed. It's a problem that ended up kind of costing them the game. But then again, his offensive line just was, they were overpowered today. And it also, in that loss to Orlando Brown, them losing Orlando Brown in the all season definitely played a factor, as you can see. So the offensive line definitely has some struggles today for sure. And yeah, everyone in the AFC West officially has a win. That's a good start, I guess. As a Broncos fan, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I'm just glad we have a win. But yeah, so far that's kind of all that happened. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so the Champions League is currently going on today. There's a couple games going on as we speak, and then later on around 2 p.m. Central Time. For those that are interested in that. And I guess we can discuss the MLB scores from yesterday. So, Yankees versus Twins. Yankees defeat the Twins 6-5 in extra innings, the 10th inning. So this game actually started off kind of weird because from what I heard, the Twins got off on the plane very late. They got off on the plane very late, and they were still able to start the game off strong, being up 5-0 in I think like the second inning. I'm not exactly sure, but they were up 5-0, and by the time the third inning, they needed something to revive them, and DJ LeMahieu with a sacrifice fly to score in a runner. Then Joey Gallo went deep with a home run. And also, 8th inning comes around. Aaron Judge at the plate with 2 runners on base hits a three-run home to tie the game. And at that point, it's 5-5. 9th inning, nothing happens. 10th inning, Twins fail to score. 6th inning, Gary Sanchez walks it off. So yeah, huge win for the Yankees. Very huge win, because that would really be bad if they lost as far as the wild card race. But the next game, we have the Marlins defeating the Nationals 3-0. Sandy Alcantara had a no-hitter through seven innings, and then proceeded to lose it in the 8th. But he was still able to get the win. Next game, we have the Blue Jays versus the Rays. Blue Jays once again still on fire as they went 8-1. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits his 45th home run, which actually gave him the lead over Shohei Ohtani. And as you can see, like I said, the Blue Jays are on fire at the right time. Vlad Jr. is looking like he wants that triple. He's going for that triple crown as well. He's not too far from it. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Next game, we have the Cardinals versus the Mets. The Cardinals defeat the Mets 7-0 as Adam Wainwright took the mound, and Adam Wainwright, he was dealing, simply dealing. That's all I have to say, and that's all you really have to say. Let's see. The Astros defeated the Rangers 15-1. Nothing much really to take away from that game. Just a simple blowout. The Giants defeated the Padres 9-1, and in this game, the Giants actually clinched they were actually the first team in the major leagues to clinch a playoff spot this year. So Giants are in, and most likely the Dodgers are going to be the next team in after a couple of games. But so congratulations to the Giants. The Dodgers defeat the Diamondbacks 5-1, and yeah, Clayton Kershaw actually took them out. We haven't seen Kershaw come back since July 3rd. So good thing that Kershaw actually came around the right time for the Dodgers, who are already dealing with people like Max Scherzer. So yeah, just perfect timing for the Dodgers, especially with October right around the corner. And in the last game, the Mariners defeated the Red Sox 5-4. Now that might have some implications when it comes to the wild card race. Now, division standings, they all look the same. Nothing different from yesterday. But the wild card standings, they show us this. There was a change since the Red Sox lost. Toronto still holds on to that number 1 spot in the AL wild card, but the Yankees currently have the number 2 spot in the wild card. Red Sox have the number 3. Mariners have the number 4. Oakland has the number 5. So, about a 2.5 game difference from the 5th spot to the 1st spot, I believe. Oh no, the 2nd spot, I think. But pretty much is a very tight race in the American League wild card. National League wild card, like I said, Dodgers in about 1 to 2 games, they're gonna most likely clinch that wild card spot. Right behind them is actually the Cincinnati Reds at the 2nd wild card spot, and right behind them is the Padres, who ended up losing to the Dodgers yesterday. So Padres are behind the Reds. Right behind them is the Cardinals with the same exact record. Phillies right behind them, and then the Mets are right behind them. So like I said, everyone is pretty much a 5-team race for that 2nd wild card spot. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. Other things in the news: Milwaukee Brewers slugger Ryan Braun officially ends his career after 14 seasons in Milwaukee. He announced on Twitter earlier today that he will be retiring. So, shout out to a happy career for Brian Braun. I grew up watching his 2011 season. So, yeah, shout out to Ryan Braun on officially retiring. The White Sox activate Luis Giolito and Tim Anderson from the injured list. Perfect timing for that, as like I said, October run comes around the corner, so good thing everybody's getting people back. Yeah. Also in the news, I didn't talk about Clay Helton, USC coach, instantly fired after the Stanford game. He was instantly fired. Nothing to say about that. I don't really follow USC like that, but I do know that they not too long ago gave him an extension. So, yeah. So that's something that I see people are kind of actually happy with. Okay, so also kind of big news if you're a Texas A&M fan. Haynes King, Jimbo Fisher announced that Haynes King will miss time with a crack in his lower leg. Fisher did not give a timeline for King's return, but ESPN analyst Chris Lowe believed that Haynes King will be out for 4 to 7 weeks. So that's good. That's very unfortunate for them. Very unfortunate for the Aggies, as they are currently number 7 in the CFB rankings. While King is out, Zach Calzada will be behind the center for a couple of weeks for Texas A&M. And also something that I know that I ran to yesterday, and it just now came to my mind. I didn't talk about Florida State losing to Jacksonville State. How do you let that happen? And now that I think about it, the play in which they lost on was one of the weirdest game winners I think I've ever seen in my lifetime. I'm currently watching the clip. It is 4 seconds left. This is probably the worst prevent defense I have ever seen in my entire life. The safeties are backed up. I mean, not the safeties. The corners are backed up about, I want to say, 8 yards from the receivers. And as I'm watching this, one of the corners gets absolutely burnt. He gets absolutely burnt. Not to mention, the safety that was actually back there looked like he was running from behind, which is absolutely terrible. There should be no reason the safety should be chasing somebody. Well, there should be no reason the safety's trying to catch up to somebody, more or less run up to somebody. So the safety is trying to run, trying to chase somebody, takes a bad route, misses the receiver, and from there the game just ends. They walk in for a touchdown, and that's probably one of the weirdest ways I think I've seen a team lose. And yeah, I have no words. Mike Norvell, former coach for the Memphis Tigers, said that the team was sick to their stomachs after losing a game like that to an FCS team. They should be. They absolutely should be. I didn't watch this game. In fact, I don't think anybody really watched this game. And for good reason. I mean, it's Jacksonville State. How do you mess that up? How do you mess that up? So, yeah, that's about it. That's about it from that. I'll be honest. Nothing else much in the news. Yeah, like I said, nothing else really much in the news. Trying to see if there's anything else that I can find to possibly discuss real quick. No, not really. I pretty much got down to everything. So yeah, I'm going to cut the episode short right here and just leave you all in your own thoughts. If you have any questions about the podcast, you can always add me on my socials. My Twitter is at officially Malik. My Instagram is at official Malik Robinson. Make sure to add me on there. Make sure to DM me or tweet me any opinions you have on the podcast, or what you think about the podcast, things like that, or other things you want to hear from it. As far as that, I'm going to leave you all with your own thoughts. I really have nothing else to say, so I'm just going to end it on that. So I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday. Take care, be blessed, and peace out.